Jambo.
Habari. Nashukuru sana kwa sikukuu ya leo ya group yetu ya umoja. Juu kikundi haina meeting, maki mtu anatoshaka iskwari. Hakiki group yenye iko na kufanisha meeting, tunashukuru sana juu tunaona kama kaiskwari kako kule juu. Mungu atuambia hali ya maisha gisi iko na gisi watu wanapasha tumika na gisi watu wanapasha fanya wale na shetu tuko napata nguvu na maelekezo ya mbele ya safari yenye tuko nayo. Nashukuru sana mimi mama Chaiman kwa mkutano ya leo kabisa. Ninaona sasa kwa mzuri kwa maelekezo nyoko natuelekeza juu tunalimaka atujue maelekezo ni ya nini, ile vya kutia matuta tuvijue, tunalimalima hizo tunaviacha tu, lakini kupitia meeting ya leo tunaona na shia maelekezo ya kulima. Ndio maana shia tuweko kuna vya mingi juu ya kukosa maji, akivu natuambia juu ya maji na shia tunasikia tunafurahi. Asante sana.
Yeah, she's called Nyamilenge Solange. She's the chair lady of this zone. She's also one of our board members. Owen knows her better. So she welcomes everyone to this special occasion where we are learning about the appropriate methods of farming, because here we have a very high crisis of food crisis where every day things are, the price of food is increasing, affecting the people's standard of living. But we have had a very wonderful presentation from Isaac and the team, and also it's our pleasure to have you today. And please, if you also get a chance, bring the same technology to us so that we can also improve the lives of other refugees here through agriculture, because agriculture is a major economic activity and it's the activity that's feeding a lot of people here. So thank you for this participation, because it has given us another encouragement to continue pushing hard and struggling for life. So thank you very much for being here, and thanks once again everyone for participating with us.
Thank you very much, Solange. And I understand you may have to leave soon, so thank you very much for your kind words. And we will carry on with some questions. So any questions that you have for Isaac, he is here to take them.
Asante sana maneno yako ya Sara na kurepresente wengine. Me kama huko mweko na question, njoo wakati wa kupokea sama question.
Ile pratique ya matuta ya plateforme, est-ce qu'il faut conseiller pour type les autres environs, nous donnons nos affichages. Alors d'après l'idée, est-ce qu'il est pratique, il faut utile, il faut arrangement au jour, il a type les autres environs.
Yes, so it's called Eve Malula. He's also an agronomy engineer, and he just has one question to Alex. So his question is one: does the practice of the beds apply to all the crops, because different soils have got different structure and different capacities? So can that practice apply to all the soils, or it chooses some specific soils and some specific crops?
I think I can take that question, and I doubt if Alex can manage it. I hope you are hearing me.
Yes.
Yes. Is a technology that welcomes all the crops.
Asante ya kwanza ni teknolojia yenye mamimea yote ile iweze panda kutia ile teknolojia uyafanye ile mamatuta yao. Yeah, then about the soils, because different places have gotten different soils, so can it also apply to all the soils, or it works with some specific types of soils?
It can accept any other crops, and the farmers have shown
No, it's about the
exhausted
soils.
list. But depending on where they are, some have tried even millet, others rice, others tobacco, others maize, groundnuts. So it's a technology that welcomes all the crops that can be grown.
Then they wanted also about the soils, because different places have got different soils.
Yeah, that's why the first thing we do, we should know the type of soils we are dealing with. But generally,
as Isaac said, with deep bed farming, we have found the technology successful with different types of crops, so not just maize, and the different soil types, which do vary across Malawi, and also adaptive to different rainfalls and topographies as well. We've also done the successfully on sloped areas.
Yeah, akaongezea pia sasa Kiswahili alisema bashatuma mimea yote Malawi. Hii nini teknolojia kwa bashatatu mingine mabudongo ikuwe masabili marita, sabili mabilima, sabili mabonde, make mabudongo yote. Niko tuwatumika na hii teknolojia na mimea yote kwa kupandiwa na kutoka mzuri.
And I can add also that because one of the key elements is the water harvesting, which then reactivates the the microbes and health of the soil. That is critical regardless of the soil type, to at least making that land more.
Sana ingine atazongezea juu tu pale ile question. Ni sana jua depend sana na maji. Kama iko mkilime kwa mabonde ni kama iko fast kwenye maji sitakuwa napita. Juu sama maji napita kwa baki ile unakuwa pata ile fast kwenye tanda na baki. Me mai kwa chikaze kwa mkilime kwa mabonde kwa mubita amechikaze ile fast kupashwa kwa na maji na maji sitakuwa pata ile fast tena baki. So
and maybe we're just maybe we'll just add as well, if the sand is very if the soil is very sandy, which we work with more in the south of Malawi, then building up the organic content of the soil becomes even more important. So then things like composting, we use this a lot. Composting is a really big part of deep bed farming. So that's something that has to be done. With whatever materials are available. We've got different types of compost. I think about more than 5 different types that our farmers use to work with the materials available, and then you can increase the organic content and improve the structure of the soil. So we can do that even with very sandy soil.
Na yeye alikuwa anaongezea kitu ya so kama kwa mfano kuna udongo wako ni ya mchanga na udongo mchanga wakana kaina mwenyewe. Ibafanyaka nilikuwa nafanya Malawi ni kuchikaza kama unakuwa na compost. Unafanya kwanza compost, après kufanya compost ndio wakia kwanza mnavitia. Juu kwanza iongeze ile capacity na ile mboleo mdogo.
Nashukuru kwa neno na Sifa Mitima. Yeye nitauliza bosi atunele mashamba za kabani hii ona isi wameonyesha ile mashamba za kabani. Ndio unajitaka mpango uko nile jardin. Sasa kwa hii metode ya hiyo wanaonyesha sio unataka mshamba mule shamba yako mko hata mimea hata 10. Sasa ile mimea nayo kwa teknolojia wanaonyesha hapa unapasha panda mule mimea yote mwaike kama mafuta wala iko sasa kummmea moyo.
Yeah, she's called Sifa. She's called Sifa Mitima. So her question is one, because when we look at some of the farms that we are showing us, they are hectares and hectares. But to us here, we don't have that capacity to have all that big pieces of land. So here we have small pieces of land, and there we have different crops. We can be having in that small plot of land, we have beans, we have maize, we have what, so everything is mixed together. So now her question is one. So is it also recommended to mix all the crops in the same bed, or each bed should be accommodated in a specific type of crop? All of them can be can be mixed in one bed.
If Isaac's not there, I can answer this. Isaac, are you there? Okay, I'll start. Hopefully Isaac will be able to join in. So though that is what was seen in the images we've got, most of our farmers have less than one. A lot of our farmers have less than 1 hectare, considerably less, and up to now have only been harvesting and growing or primarily maize. But the mixed crop approach or intercropping is integral to the next stage of deep bed farming. Many of our I'll let you translate on that and I'll go on.
Yeah. Awasema nao ukiangalia percentage ya mingi ya beneficiary yao nao kwa kuna mafasi kidogo kidogo aweneza take makina kusaidia kwa na side. Lakini kama ndio tu yako kwanza unafanya nini? Wafanya kwanza jikaza unapanda mimea moja. Jinsi kuendelea kusema vingine. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, because a lot of this is about encouraging farmers to adopt. Many farmers will only trial deep bed farming on about 10% of their lands. And then in future years, they start growing other crops on that land. So it actually works perfectly with multiple crops on the same patch of land.
Na sana wafanya hivi juu kuangalia kama ayenje wanafanya batenda cha tatu ya teknolojia. Sasa kama ile ya kwanza tumisha kwanza hivi. Ama kama unga haupendi kuchangi unakuwa chikaza hivi kwa mfano ikipanda mingi. Maki sio kupata unapanda maragi. Hata una vichakachanga vile nimesikia kwa vitu ya kwanza.
And many of our farmers grow pigeon pea, groundnuts, and intercrop that, which actually improves the health of the soil because we're growing multiple crops, which help the maintain the soil integrity through the interconnected root systems.
Na ingia posho jikaza, maji ya pesa vile sio moja au mbili. Unajikaza mshambako unatupanda kalanga au soja. Juu kalanga na soja sawazi kuna kupare ya kuongeza ya kuacha nitrogen. Ndio kama okay, nitrogen mudongo. Sasa tena sileta na kuja kuactivate na nyema mmoleo wa mshamba.
The critical thing with deep bed farming is it just makes any patch of land, small or large, more productive. So you can reduce the amount of maize you're growing per hectare and grow other crops because the crops are growing more. So rather than grow 1 cob on a stem, you will grow 2, so you can reduce the amount of land you use for one particular crop.
Na ingine sana wanapendaka hii waitumikishe juu kuangalia sasa ataongeza production. Yeye shauri sasa tushatu kama usipande vya mingi juu kupanda vya mingi sasa inakuwa mule vile vya mingi vimwa vitatoka msoro. Ndio jikazo tie sasa vile kimoya au viwili. Juu unakuwa kama ni minzi ya maragi tunapata minzi ya mingi unapata maragi ya mingi. So pana minzi kalanga nini na nini unakuwa kama usio na kwa kidogo inakuwa kidogo inakuwa kidogo.
Yeah, I'd just add that one of the really successful intercroppings is to have pumpkin plants with the maize. Maybe that's a combination your farmers, your community are already trying, but there's ones like that are very complementary. So then the pumpkin plant is helping to keep the soil moist underneath the maize, and then the pumpkin leaves can be eaten and the fruit can be eaten. So the deep beds, because they're also quite large, they can accommodate more than 1 crop.
Na sasa nyingine kidogo kabla na ongezee. Sasa kwa kama kuna open mamimea, ziteze ndana ndio kizenda limoja. Sasa vile minzi na mtama. Sasa vile kwa mfano kama maragi na vingine, maki ile mamimea pia. Isa kwa vile mamimea ni ndani. Lakini ya kumalizia nasema tu hivi yote hii yote maki competition kama nini unachangachanga mamimea sasa pata production, lakini jinsi mwapanda kimoa viwili na mpanda vile ya mimi utachanga mule vile haiwezi kuwa sawa. Na ingine ya mzee kupanda mule ni mabishusha. Juma mabishusha inasaidia kwenda na tambara. Na jinsi kwa tambara kwenda na kufuta nafasi ya mingi, jua inatoka sana mdogo.
Owen, I was just thinking I could share a few photos on screen share while Alex is talking, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if there's
Yeah,
something relevant that you can pluck up, for sure.
I'm on our Facebook, so I think I can dig out a few while we're talking that fit in.
So please, we still have more questions.
Yes, go ahead. Just keep them coming.
This is actually our training manager. That was our training manager back there on one of our beds. Yeah, so that's Godfrey. Just showing that you can see there, he's pointing out there are 2 cobs on that stalk. So he's just showing pre-harvest how successful this yield will be.
Just hold that photo there, Beck, and I think I think Mzili's listening to more questions as we're going. So, but that's great. You might find that when the questions come up, you can refer to something you've got there. That'd be good.
Yeah, sure.
And Lizzie, just go ahead.
So utaendelea jua ule wanasema akota mpende unishe mafoto kidogo ya kuonesha kisi mamimea sipandaje kwa changa sasa vile ukiona kwa ile ni miinzi kama ni mahindi sijue kisi biko nenda biko napanda lakini atuonyesha ile mafoto bila kwanza na makistio.
Na mimi nashukuru kwa mafundisho ya leo Tyeni na kutetea juu ya ulimani jamii tunajua lakini kupitia mafundisho ya sayansi tunavijua na tunashukuru sana. Hata mimi nitauliza swali. Mimi nasikia hapa sasa hivi banatubadala kusani mlimo tu. Hapa mmoja kuko branch ya mlimo, branch ya bajeni na kabla bajeni na mama wengine watu watoto watudisa. Hata natia Tyeni na base tu mlimo. Hata swali yangu ni moja. Nitauliza Tyeni haina ingine mabranche. Par exemple ya leadership ya education na waonyesha watu kama ya vile na hata kujifunza vingine vya vingine ni hapo tu mlimo. Ndio swali yangu.
Yeah, so she's called Neema. She first of all she appreciates all the teachings from Tyeni because we have really enjoyed and we have learned a lot. So the question was one, does Tyeni only concentrate on agriculture or you have other departments which deals with the youth or with the leadership or with entrepreneurship? Because even here we also have farmers, we also have the youth who are also in different fields. So our question is one, do you also have other branches besides agriculture or Tyeni is specifically for agriculture?
At the moment, we basically focus on agriculture. We're always working on partnerships to diversify what we do. In Malawi, it's a very small team. We only have 6 training officers and our leadership team as well.
Sasa kwa sasa bangati tunajifocus kwanza kwa vipitile tu. Na sasa vile Malawi nao wangana group kidogo iko na nafasi 6, maki sio village 6 na bangana equipe kidogo ya tere. Mesai kwanza vyao vyote viko tumavipitile kwanza.
However, we are working to increase what we do with partners. So looking at business skills, our environmental impact, and increasing what we do around water harvesting.
Na kwa sasa wangana biko wajifunza, biko napanga kuongeza vingine. Sasa vile biashara, kuangalia vingine activity juu ya environment, ndio bangana kujifunza kuangalia swataleta nini nacho.
But we also use government staff we train our farmers. I'm saying we use also government staff
In what way?
Yes. Do you want to expand on that, Isaac? Okay, so I'll pick up. So Isaac's right. We use government staff. Now that our technology has been adopted by the government, we work with the extension officers to increase the impact and retention of deep bed farming.
Sasa kwa pena watu ongezee kama na sasa tuweka na guvernema ya Malawi juu wangalisi watapandisha hii manini hii teknolojia fasi nyingine juu wangalisi ameliore production ya udongo na kuzalisha njara.
Jambo tena.
So here there's a question.
Oui. Bananita kujina ya Christian Chigwele. Na mie niko ingénieur agronome, niko réfugié hapa Uganda depuis 2016. Na nilikuwa nataka niulize question. Question yangu kwanza ni naanza kwanza kushukuru ku expose yetu tunatoka kusikia kwa saa hizi. Ni vitu wenyewe vinasaidia na nafikiri vitaleta mabadiliko mzuri surtout mwa hii community yetu hapa hivi mkaya na Kivale. Lakini kupatana na mashida zenye tunakuwa tunapitia huku hivi, wema tunapiganaka ili tuishi. Na sisi tunakuwa tunapigana kwa ile kidogo tunapataka hiyo natufanya tukue saa hii tuko hapa hivi. Mimi nilikuwa natafuta uliza ni tekniki gani zenye Tyeni itenda kutumikisha kupitia umoja juu bafike nao hata huku hivi kesho ama kesho yake wakiwa tusaidie kufundisha mzuri hizi ma techniques wanaweza kutuonesha saa hii kupitia labda kwa maformation zingine zinaweza kutuletea huku na meme kukua hata msaada kwa mbegu tu tungaliki na shida ya mbegu za kupanda huku kwetu. Sijui kama kutakuwa tekniki yenye Tyeni itatumikisha kuki bafikirie kufika huku na Kivale na shie kutanana na wale walimaji wenye wako kwa hivi size. Ndio ulizo yangu hili.
So it's called Christian Chigwele. She also did agriculture at the up to university level. She's a Congolese by nationality and she has been in Uganda since 2016. But first of all, she appreciates the presentation and the technology. And when we look at the background of Nakivale, people are still fighting for what to eat, and the food insecurity is at a very high rate. But now his question is one. So which techniques do you have to expand, or which expansion techniques do you have so that your services can also reach here in the refugee camps? And also, if at all there's any support like seeds, because up to now still fight to get seeds to plant in our small plots of land that we have. So do you have any technique or any plan to avail us with maybe you can expand and then you also come and we learn practically these techniques and also the provision of a few things to push agriculture.
Isaac, are you able to pick this up? Sorry, just checking if Isaac's still can hear us. No? Okay. Okay. So I mean, in
Nanyuki,
obviously all our training. Oh, there we go. Isaac's back. Good.
All our training are demand driven. When you are in need of that training, we actually receive that demand, and we are also looking for sponsorship so that our team of experts can come and deliver the training. I'll give an example of the people in Nanyuki in Kenya. They demanded that we go, or I go, and I took advantage of my presence in.
Yes. Yeah. So obviously, we're happy to share our experience
Alex,
and our
just
methodology.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Isaac's back. No, you go ahead, Isaac. It's good to have you back. We heard
I'm
most
saying is,
of that.
we are demand driven and we respond to demand. When you are inviting us to train, you can just, arrange with the resources that you have, and then we come to deliver the training, but that has to be done within the arrangement that we can make with you. So it is possible with your resources, we can be available.
Juu ya training ni ya kwanza mai kuandika kwanza demand. Shangala si mtekala kuangalia mwa resource mko nayo kama mtaweza muinvite anakuja hapa ampatie ile formation mimi mwa resource yenu ndio mwa muinvite.
Thanks. There were some additional questions, I think, in that original one, and one was to do with that seeds, and they're having difficulty often here with acquiring robust seed varieties, and whether you've had to deal with that in Malawi.
Okay, yeah. So in general with seed, we don't provide as the seed as part of what we do. We have very small budgets as a charity as well, and our main focus is on the training methodology. We obviously try and support farmers locally in finding the best seed, but our main focus is actually delivering the methodology training. So sometimes we do provide some seed, but it's not very sustainable for us to be providing seed throughout the process. But, because DBF is successful within the first year, that does mean a quick return for farmers.
So that they've got what your experience is in Malawi, they've got an access. There's a seed distribution sort of access, either retail or that for the farmers. And do they use their own? So what we're doing in Nakavali, there are seed retailers or wholesalers close by that they put an order into, and of course then what they're doing is they're keeping some seed over from each crop to plant in, but that only lasts so many years before you're starting to lose some of the hybrid robustness. I just wonder if on the periphery of your work there with Tyeni, what you're noticing or as far as challenges like that are going for people, and whether they've seen any solutions, or do you think it's just increase the productivity and then you've got the money to buy the new hybrids?
That's in general what happens. I mean, so we do provide some seed, but we can't obviously long-term provide seed for farmers. So our approach is that because we know the yield return will be very quick, they can harvest their own seeds for the first few years, but they're hitting surplus for much quicker through deep bed farming and diversifying of crops, which means that they then very quickly have additional money to buy new seed. So the return is so quick with deep bed farming, it makes it sustainable for the farmer a lot quicker.
So hapo nasema juu ya mambegu. Sema hao base promote juu ya mambegu. Juu sana hao wanafundishaka juu ya methodology yao. Ya kisi wafanyaka bila pale ile ma training. Lakini ba beneficiary yao ya kwanza ndio patie mambegu. Kwa hiyo parati mambegu ni mwana yote. Sawa wafanyaka sawa patie mambegu unalima, apre kulima unarudisha, na kama ukiwa kama wafanya wapatie wengine kisha zinakuwa kidogo wanaongezea. Na kwa sasa wangana resource kidogo na habisi promote kama watapana mambegu.
Go ahead, Becky.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to add that we do also work with farmers to save their own seed, especially when it comes to something called forgotten foods. So we recently had a training day about forgotten foods, locally available nutritious crops that maybe were have been grown less recently because maize has dominated what people grow. So we do that, and then we also we do work with seed companies to try and get a good price for our farmers on hybrid seeds for crops like maize. Because for a crop like maize, hybrid seeds seem to perform so much better. That seems to be the same, you know, wherever you farm in the UK as well. Even in organic farming, we use hybrid maize seed usually. So I think a combination is good. But like Alex said, obviously you need the income to buy those hybrids. So hopefully there's a way to balance both.
Yeah, anaongezea juu akose nyewe wanafanyaka wanajua collaborate na ile mamezo ya ngoko ya kuishia manini ya kuishia mbegu ya hybrid sana sana juu ndio zinakuwa kwa production mbio na production mkubwa. Unaweza kufanya mfano kama penda demand ya kuuza sasa vile toni moja mingi bana collaborate kule vile wao wanatunguzia kadeki kidogo na wanajikaza wanatafsiri mzuri mingi ya mzuri hapana mingi nisha uza.
Biko na plani gani au na nini jua kutusindikiza mwa hicho tuye investire mwa tuna expect more opportunity.
Yeah, so she's called Joanna, and she just has a question that we have learned about agriculture, and now which plan do you have for the youth so that they can also invest in more agriculture, because that's where they think much of the opportunities is. So do you have something like a plan to the youth so that they can also embrace an agriculture and then they also identify their potentials and the opportunities through agriculture?
The deep bed farming yields and then quick returns make farmers feel like they will benefit from deep bed farming. So the youths are also part of our target.
And I can add to that. We have an example of a farmer. So actually, do you want to translate that and then I'll give an example?
Ya ule juu ile question anasema hakuna ile programu ya mkubwa specify ya bajeni, lakini wanajua agriculture itasaidia kila mtu. Maana kama wapatie ile ujuzi, maana kama kumjibai na kwa sheno na kufikia mwele ujuzi kwa wapatie. Mea kwa wengine atafuta ongeza huko kwa kwako.
So we have a lot of young farmers who've taken up deep bed farming as they see the huge potential, and they've got very good business minds to expand what they're doing. We have one farmer who, having successfully increased yield, has now moved very successfully onto growing tomatoes, and now has a small business providing to restaurants and hotels.
Ya sasa vile kwa tunaongeza kitu kidogo hivi. Maana alifundisha kwa ishini alifundishaka juu ya hii system ya agriculture. Mimi sasa naanzaka na kupanda matomati. Mesa shapata marsha mkubwa sana kwenda na distribute matomati ma restaurant na ma hoteli zingine. Mimi sema kama kupitia agriculture zote tumeshare opportunity, kupata na chance ya kwanza investir mbili vitu.
Actually, Alex, I've got a question myself about the methodology. When you till for the first time, and then you're going to, you know, the next season grow the next crop, is it then a no-till planting? Is that what you're doing?
Yes. So the key thing with deep bed farming is it's breaking that hard pan, as Isaac said, in year one. But after that, if there's a series of maintenance that's done on the beds. A lot of it's around using organic matter to mulch, and basically by increasing the organic matter and adding other plants, it means that the roots themselves and the organic processes mean that you do not need to till. And if you continue maintaining, you in theory would never need to till again, or it certainly wouldn't be for like 10, 15 years, except when you're expanding your land, which is what happens with all our farmers. After year one, they want to grow more and more on deep bed.
No, I got Alex's answer, so I don't know whether you can repeat your question so that I can match it with the.
Yeah, I'll repeat the question and then you can translate each. It was just I was asking for clarification that once you have made the beds and you're planting, for the next seasons you don't need to plant. And Alex's answer was what he gave.
Yeah, yasema yeye tunaya kuwapenda yeye wengi wako na udisa Alex. Maki ndio ukishafanya vile matuta na njoo yote ile utapanda anambia ya kwa makamjibia. Maki sawa ile tu ya kwanza ya fofo ile bibili matuta. Abro kuifanya pale uzapafanya hata kenza na wafanye ile matuta. Maki kwa tu anjikaza maki kudongo siku tuna malika mwaniko kuna huko. Ama kama unapenda uongezeke kwa mfano shamba yako nini iongezeke. Kama ni ile tu pasi ndio wapenda tu ile tu tuna ulime tena. Mwanzo kwa kupata kenza hata 18 na ile matuta utaleta milima tena.
Majina naitwa Mama Maria. Tunateseka. Tunateseka. Wamama walimu. Tunataka uliza na ile hii organization yetu ya umoja. Banataka tufanyie na shii.
Mais question qui est quoi? Association procédure gani zote zafanya pour que nao wake washikamakia hapa wasifanye tuliko Malawi. Ya kupata details sana hivi Malawi iko Zimbabwe maishi zinasimama. Na shia kwa kuki wake watie masauti wapo na Roma kwa nini?
Yeah, okay. Please Alex and the rest. So the woman was just asking, so she was just first expressing some of the challenges that here in refugee camp people are severely suffering, and it's only agriculture that we can elevate their situation. So her question is one: what should we done? I mean, what should we do here in Nakivale so that you also can expand your branches and then you come and have also a branch here in Nakivale working with the people in the refugee camp? So because you're in Malawi, you are where you are. So do you have any plan, or which plan do you have, or what can we do here on the local level so that you can also come and then have a branch here also so that the farmers here can also benefit from it?
This would be a really good one to have Isaac answer on. We are obviously looking to see how we can work with partners to bring deep bed farming into other countries. We know it works in Malawi, and we know it will work in other countries as well. We can provide resources, as in we can provide our training information, but nothing beats actually getting training from the team. But we are looking for opportunities like this to share our knowledge with other partners, because we can't have Tyeni physically in every country all at once. So partnerships are critical to this. But ideally it would require one of our team to come out to do the initial training and then leave for people to train from that.
Yeah.
Na tangalia gisi biko na programu ya Congress watapanda baile kwingine mainchi, lakini nao italomba kwanza inafaa baongee kwanza wa partner yao juu ya pesa. Ndio sasa programu yao ya mkoa kwa rais akutia mwingine mainchi, lakini kwanza itakuwa ya kwanza watangalaka umoja mwekipe yao akie kwanza hapa hivi afundishe balimai ile ujuzi. Basi tutakuwa tunachunga siku takuya kwanza mshakuwa na idea na kumshaza kile ujuzi. Najua lomba pesa mingi na lomba resources pake kwa sababu wakiwa sasa ingine hapo partner maana watafute zingine mako na kwenye mapartner wengine jua kwa rais watatuya. Mimi programu yuko nayo na programu mtu apenda bafili kila sasa.
Thank you. Mblisi, I just want to stay on this subject for a little while, and I want to put a couple of ideas before Alex, Jared, and Isaac, if he can hear me. If if farmers were just working off the design plans, and I've seen some of you've got some documents, I mean, I think on your website, which gives some very clear design guidance for the beds. If farmers went ahead with those designs and started them even in a small way on their plot, would that be a useful thing for them to do? And then I guess my corollary thought in that is that Umoja could keep in conversation with you over some time to see where that would go to get some expert training from Tyeni working. But in the first instance, would that first suggestion be of value at all for them?
Isaac? I'm still hoping Isaac can pick up on some of these. Can you hear?
Get that information from the website and try and that's what our farmers in Nyeri tried to do, in Nanyuki, Kenya, did that. But all the same, when I went there, I had to technically assist because this is something that we implement looking at how the land is. And unless you have that understanding of how to make this, you will have to implement it along marker ridges, as I said.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes. I know you're dropping in and out, but I think I get what you're saying there. That you could make a start, but somewhere down the track it might need to be adjusted by some expert hands.
Yeah, because the land assessment at the beginning and working with the contours and creating the marker ridges is crucial to how the whole system operates. But that doesn't mean we are updating our training manual at the moment, and that is something that once updated, if you're able to get it translated, we could share as well. So there are additional things that but it is a starting point, because the key thing is breaking that hard pan and harvesting the water and containing the water, and that is how you start getting the soil working again, which is key to the process.
Oh, I was just going to add another thing we can use is WhatsApp. We've used WhatsApp to assist farmers before, so I don't know what the availability of internet and phones is in the community, but even if just one or two farmers have access to a smartphone, then that can be really an amazing link to accessing training. And that's something in Malawi, our training manager, he takes that role to interact with farmers over WhatsApp. So that's something we could consider down the line.
Yep, that's certainly, there's possibility there for sure. The biochar kilns, for example, the manufacture of those have been, enhanced by the fact that Lionel, who's here, has been able to WhatsApp to Marius and the manufacturing team from England and talk through things. Thanks. I'll just let Mzili have an opportunity to translate it's just the beginning, but yeah. You caught that, Mzili?
Yes, I got it. Kwa nasema kwenye watu watakuchungiaka kwenye watakuyaka kwa mfano ile mafoto ile explication ya kila kitu kisa kufanya. Maana watu wako kwa sababu kuna soma vile ile kuangalia ile mafoto. Wanapenda vifanya na vifanya. Lakini wakamtibia kama inalomba ukweli praktiki. Sasa una foto pale vile kama kuna praktiki unajua kama unakuwa unafanya hivyo sasa unafanya mbaya. Manjo maana sasa viko Kenya na wafanyaka vile vile. Mmoja kama polisi watia chini ndio kwa ingine tekniki ambayo shafanya sasa kufanya ile matuta na sasa na achele nje njia mai. Jamani ya maana ile makusio kwa ile explication metani ya maana tena mmoja wao afike mbele kitawafundisha kwa sababu mko nafanya mko iko na uongozi kufanya hivyo.
And Mzili, I want to ask a question of the audience. there are a few people who have said that they have education in agronomy, agronomical engineering. And I want to ask of them, is it quite clear what is being explained here? And would they feel comfortable helping other farmers there implement that design in their fields?
Asema saa kwa question yenye wale wa agronome wiko hapa hivi. Wai Christian na hivi. Asa kufuatana na explication na yote venye alifanya hapo. Eske biko clear na mtaji sacrifice kufundisha wengine walimai juu yao wanaoanza applique hivi venye kusoma leo. Ndio kusaidia ufundishe wengine. So one of them is like the explanation is ready, and if at all they get more pictures and more explanation, explaining each and every photograph, so they can be able to also train other farmers how to do this, though not at 100%, but at an average percentage. That's one of them. Then there's the second.
Kama hatujui za vile mimea fulani inapaswa kuwa sisi nyingine mimea paswa hii hii tuzo kwa lima hii sisi hii ndio analeta kwa sisi na kwa maana kwa collaboration inasaidia sana kenyeshi tunajua na kenyewe wanajua na kenyewe tujue tuendelee kujifakarashi ili kwa mali sisi tutafanisha production na lazima.
Yeah, so the second one is like, yes, the explanation is clear, but we also need more collaboration and keeping in touch with you for more information and other details, because as said, we have these the complementary seeds, and we have to know if you have to plant this one goes with this and this one goes with this, and also some other more explanation. But because here we have a crisis of food insecurity, which is the major problem that's affecting people. But if you keep the collaboration with you and we keep inquiring more information from you, yes, they can be also able to train other farmers, because everyone is willing to at least fight this crisis of food insecurity that's happening now in Nakiva.
I'm sure we can come up with a way of, in effect, using the agronomists as kind of like lead farmers and working with Isaac and the team to communicate that information through them and help them tweak what the farmers are doing. I'm sure we can come up with a way. If Isaac can hear, hopefully he can confirm that.
Yeah, sema iko siri kama hata tumisha hawa maproduct yenye make mubakia collaboration na contact make ukimisha hawa agronome bo peke ndio kusaidia wengine walimai make nyie mnakuwa napata information kwao kwenye mnanini inawachanga changa kidogo, mnakia nsaidia wengine juu ya Alexia ya kuameliorea.
And you might have missed Ambelizi before. Alex and Becky were saying that they're redoing their manual for the method of deep bed farming. So when that's ready, maybe we will have an opportunity of translating that into Swahili. And Becky was also saying they have had success using WhatsApp to guide the farmers in making the deep beds. So that's also another possibility.
Na ingia nasema kama nyinyi mtajisakrifie kufanya ile matuta juu ni nguvu yako pekee na jembe yako kufanya kile ile matuta. Shamza create group ya WhatsApp juu kwa sema kwa jinsi mnaweza kuwa kuongoza kupitia WhatsApp. Mama kwambie hapo fanye hivi, hapo fanye hivi, hapo fanye hivi. Mimi ni nyinyi kwa sacrifice yenu kufanya ile matuta kwanza. So here is another question, please.
Go ahead.
Ningependa kuuliza hiyo organization inajisaidia hii organization moja kwa moja ama itakuwa na support ya yeye na mikutano sai mambo mbalimbali na mengine kuna.
Yeah, so her question is just one, that do you have anything like the availability to always keep participating in the meetings like this and seminars like this, or anything like resources that can also help this Umoja Community Foundation to keep also teaching the farmers about new agricultural practices and other things so that the agriculture can go ahead and also improve the productivity. Yeah, so she was asking that she wanted just to know about your availability to be participating with the farmers through Umoja Community Foundation to their seminars to train farmers more about practices of agriculture, and if at all, do you have sort of like some resources to make sure this training continue going forward? So do you have like a plan like that, or you don't?
That is something we're working on. We're trying to get some funding to increase our ability to do videos of the different stages, and then be able to share them online so that people can gather and then look at these resources. It kind of starts with our training manual, and then we can start putting together different ways that people can train via through us remotely. So that is coming.
Biko naangalia kisi na mwanga tafuta resources au financement jo angalia kama tata organiser manini ma conference ziko online. Jo kama participer na kujifundisha juu ya vile na kuangalia kama tata kwa hata kwa group fulani para kapatia ile ujuzi juu kifundisha wengine.
Yeah, I mean, as you can, Beck and Alex and Isaac, as you see, and that's why I've been pointed out that there is, at this meeting particularly, a number of people who have come with a good level of training, and that I think will provide us a resource at our end, and allow us maybe to make some advancements around this methodology. And we can talk later on about how we might, how you guys might be able to support us along the way in doing that.
Absolutely.
Are there any more questions at that end, Ambalizi?
Yeah, so those are the questions that they had, and none of them is still having any questions.
That's great. So, yeah, I'd like to thank Alex and Becky and Isaac and Elizabeth, and I forget who else was there at Tyeni 03 for Tyeni's presentation and questions here. I think this, if I'm hearing it right, I think this methodology will be something that will make a great deal of impact to the productivity of the land across Naka Valley, and I'd be very keen for us to see how that can be implemented and going forward with that.
Thank you.
Anashukuru bale bote ku presentation yao na mafundisho yao jua watu waki-apply hii mafundisho yao itakayosaidia jua kuangalia kisi ya kuendesha silo mbalimbali.
I have also just bought a small plot of land which has got a very steep hill slope in Australia, and I'm in the tropics. And so since I've learned of deep bed farming in the last couple of months, I'm really interested in creating some contour beds and deep beds, and that'll be agroforestry with fruit trees. So even here in Australia, I want to say that I'm going to be following these types of this method myself. So that's how serious I think this can be for us.
And linking with Isaac. Sorry.
Yeye peke anasema kuko parcele kama hekari kunazo Australia na tangalia kwanza kisi atakata kwanza parcele mahekari yake aanze kuitisha hii teknolojia hawa kisha comparer ndio nitakia tumika kama kipi ndio atakuwa kwanza example wakaanza kuitisha hii teknolojia hawa. Yeah, so thank you, Owen. Marius, like we don't know whether we have another program up after this, because today being a Friday, it's always a market day, and some women here also run some small businesses. So don't know whether we have another program or can let them go, and then other things shall just keep in touch.
No, I think I would just like to ask the team at Tyeni for some final words, and we can call it a day.
Nasema kuna ingine programme apenda tu wale wako na presenter na wakitu wa sebe bato neno ya mwisho na tumalizie pale.
We'll get him back again some other time, I'm sure. Yeah, I think that'd be great to be able to do that.
Well, we would like to thank you so much for your time to listen about our work on deep bed farming in Malawi. We look forward to collaborating and finding a way that we can support you directly and indirectly. And we wish you all the best from Malawi and from the UK.
Nasema merci sana kwa wakati yenu na kusikiza teknolojia yao ya matuta biko naangalia nao kisi watangala kisi watatusupport kwe directement au kwe indirectement. Na shukrani sana kutoka Malawi na kutoka UK kwenyewe.
Happy International Day of Rural Women to everyone. And from Tyeni, we definitely would congratulate all the female farmers in your community and the female farmers in our team. We had Love with us here today, and then we had Elizabeth, one of our deep bed farmers. So yeah, we're very happy to celebrate the day with you all.
Ashukuru sana kucelebrate hii Journée Internationale ya Femme Rurale pamoja na shie na nao ni mzuri tu kuna kucelebrate na shie kwa mwingine ule Elizabeth naye ni pale beneficiary wao yuko Malawi pamoja na shime na sasa vile mwanamke myapiganisha tili ya kilimo anafurahi sana kuparticipate na vile mwanamke kwa Journée Internationale ya kilimo.
Bye everyone.
But thank you so very much, Tony, and we'll keep in contact. Thanks, Lionel, and the others who came on to listen and support. It was fabulous, and I'm glad you two got a conversation in early in the day and made that connection as well. So
we'll follow up together. That's excellent. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Everyone's on video. Thank you. Everyone's on video.
Thanks, women from Tyeni for showing up and supporting today. It's absolutely wonderful. Thank you there at Nakavali. It's been a really great session. Thanks, Mzili, again for your wonderful translations. He didn't get a chance to introduce himself, but I want to say Lizzie is a 22-year-old very smart guy who can do this translation for 2 or 3 hours or 4 consistently, and with all the technological speak that we've had over biochar and regenerative agriculture and ecosystem restoration, whatever it is. So we are really, really, grateful to have a person of his capacity in the team down there. Yeah, and thanks again, Marius. We'll speak probably tomorrow. Thanks again to the women all there at Nakavali, and good luck and good day. Bye now.
Bye.